I took a DNA test for my kids. The results destroyed my marriage and her life. The morning after I left, the messages flooded in. Claire called, texted, begged. She wanted to explain, to twist the story in her favor, to make me the villain for walking away. I ignored her. Instead, I focused on the plan. The first step was the divorce. My lawyer assured me that, given the evidence, Claire wouldn't just lose me, she'd lose everything. I had been the sole provider, the responsible parent. Without my income, Claire wouldn't be able to maintain her lifestyle. The house, the car, the comfortable life she had built on my back. It was all about to collapse. But that was just the beginning. I started small. I reached out to people in Claire's life, planting seeds of doubt. Her friends, her coworkers, even her family. They'd all started hearing the truth. The pitying glances, the whispers behind her back, the slow unraveling of her social circle. Claire thrived on her image, and I was going to tear it apart. Nathan was next. I made sure his wife knew everything. She didn't take it well. Within days, he was out of his home, his marriage crumbling like mine had. His workplace found out next. Turns out, companies don't appreciate executives who sleep with married women and lie about it. Claire had ruined my life. Now I was returning the favor. Claire wanted to fight for Ethan and Lily. She wanted full custody, but she had underestimated me. I had been their father for a decade, and while I wasn't their biological dad, I was the only real parent they knew. My lawyer made sure the court saw that. Claire's infidelity, the paternity fraud, the emotional turmoil she had caused, it all painted a clear picture. The judge saw it too. Claire broke down in the courtroom as the ruling came in. Joint custody, but I had primary rights. The kids would live with me. Claire would get visitations. The woman who had destroyed me was now reduced to a weakened mother. Losing custody was just the beginning of Claire's downfall. She had relied on my income for years, barely working, spending freely. But the divorce settlement wasn't in her favor. She had betrayed me, and the court wasn't sympathetic. She fought, of course. She begged for spousal support. But I had been smart. I had proof of her affairs, of the way she manipulated me, of how she squandered our finances. The judge ruled against her. The house had to be sold. The money? Split, with my share going to provide for the children. Claire, who once lived in luxury, now had to find her own way. Claire had always been admired. To her colleagues, she was a charming, confident woman. To her friends, she was the one who had it all. That illusion shattered the moment I made sure the truth reached them. Social media was a weapon. I didn't even have to post anything. One anonymous email to her office was enough. Her coworkers whispered behind her back, and soon the company found reasons to let her go. No one wants a PR scandal tied to infidelity and fraud. Then her friends started distancing themselves. Some outright called her out. Others quietly faded away. Claire was used to being the center of attention. Now she was nothing more than a cautionary tale. For the first time in years, I could breathe. No lies, no paranoia, no betrayal weighing me down. I focused on my children, on rebuilding a life where I wasn't constantly second-guessing everything. I moved into a new home, smaller but filled with real peace. I took a promotion at work, something I'd always put off because I had been too busy trying to hold my marriage together. I was free, and it felt damn good. Claire didn't take the downfall well. She tried to fight back, to paint me as the monster who abandoned his family. But no one bought her story. The evidence was too overwhelming, the lies too deep. She showed up at my door one night, mascara streaked down her face, eyes wild with desperation. "Adam, please. We can fix this." I looked at her, the woman I had loved for over a decade, and felt nothing. "Go home, Claire." Her lip trembled. "I don't have a home. Not my problem." I thought Claire would accept her fate. I was wrong. She tried one last act of defiance. A desperate, reckless attempt to ruin me. Lies to mutual friends, accusations meant to make me look like the villain. But it backfired. When the truth is already out, no one believes the liar. Claire had nothing left. No job, no home, no support. And I was done playing the game. Ethan and Lily had questions. Why did you leave, Dad? I told them the truth. Without the venom, without the bitterness. Just the facts. They weren't mine by blood, but I had loved them every day of their lives. And I still did. They didn't see me as anything less than their father. That was all that mattered. Nathan lost everything. His marriage, his reputation, his career. Turns out, karma doesn't play favorites. I heard through the grapevine that he tried to reach out to Claire. She slammed the door in his face. Poetic justice. Claire was a ghost of her former self. The woman who once manipulated, lied, and destroyed had nothing left. She called me again. I let it go to voicemail. Some things aren't worth saving. I stopped looking back. My life was mine again. I focused on my kids, my career, my happiness. Claire became nothing more than a chapter in my past. In the end, Claire lost everything. And I had finally won.